Are you gonna melt some acrylic in the middle of that and make it really nice?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Like for real?
Yeah, for real. So I'm sorry about this, but I forgot to record the epoxying process. Que sera, sera. Thinking now it's a good reason. There's a good reason that I didn't record it, because I may have ruined this and just epoxied the thing straight to the border underneath. Oh well. There we go. Problem. I don't think my epoxy was thoroughly mixed. I'm wondering if I pour a little bit of epoxy hardener on the top of it, will that fix the problem? That's stuck on there pretty good. Alright, well, we'll just leave it stuck on there. No worries. Doesn't really need to come off. Just need those screws out of the way. So the next part of this is to flatten it, because there's some wax paper still stuck to it. Also some remnants of the green. Clean this up. Probably clean this side up as well. This side is pretty icky. It looks nice, except for the drips and stuff, so I'll probably have to route this side, so maybe this does have to come off. Get it off of there. I think I need a bigger hammer. Well, that's not gonna do it. That's just breaking my piece. Alright, so it broke when I was taking it off. Now I have to fix it. So I guess this is a tutorial on how to fix it if it breaks. Make sure you always save the pieces that come out. They can look pretty nasty, but when you're done with it after all the glue and everything is in there, usually it doesn't look too bad. Just set that piece aside for now. That our wax paper's still here, because that's important. Alright, fixing when it breaks. Need glue. Make sure the glue is coming out of there. A couple of clamps. It's always a good idea to have some rags around when you're about to do gluing, and usually a good idea to make sure the glue is flowing before you start recording. You want to apply ample amount of glue, sometimes to your piece, and you can also apply it to the piece you're applying the piece to. And I remember one time on here, some guy told me, you're using too much glue. And that's only true if glue is a tough thing to come by. But really, you want glue on every little surface as best you can. So there really isn't such a thing as too much glue. He told me that I shouldn't have it leaking down the sides, but that's one good way to tell that you have enough glue, because you definitely want to have enough glue. You don't want to have too little glue, because then it won't actually stick together. What you really want is for your piece to stick together. It's very important. Sometimes I apply glue to both sides, a lighter amount here, just to kind of catch anything that just might be left. Your piece back on as best you can. Usually it helps to pre-dry fit it before you stick it back together. See how it's leaking out? That's a good thing. And we save, remember how we saved this piece? That piece goes right in there. You just line up the grain and you get it together as good as you can. Sometimes it doesn't go exactly back together the way it came apart, because that's the problem with breaking stuff. However, it's pretty good. And then we grab our clamps. You don't want to stick the clamps on too tight, because then you squeeze out all the glue that you just put on. And that's never a good thing. So you get it as good as you can. Sometimes, if you're feeling really inspired, like I am today, you can piece of wax paper and stick it over that spot that just didn't quite go in. And you find yourself a flat piece of wood, put it on that piece that didn't quite go in. Wax paper isn't perfect, but does okay. You get yourself a longer clamp. That's not in the right place. Let's go right here. Basically just try to force it into place with the big clamp. There. And you let it dry. And when it's dry, we'll come back and inspect it, and we'll clean it up and make it look real pretty. Alright, so this is probably done now. Let's see what happened. Well, that worked like it was supposed to. That did too. That's great. See, good as new. So you can see it was pretty broken before, but not very noticeable anymore. And then once I put the thing on top of there, you won't see it at all, because it'll be on the bottom.